The newly opened Ivan Ramen Slurp Shop offers up Japanese noodles in a unique New York style. The restaurant is named after its owner, Ivan Orkin, a Jewish man who grew up in New York, but who spent the past 6 years in Japan perfecting his ramen. When he was 15, Orkin got a job as a dishwasher at a Japanese restaurant back when sushi bars were not so common in the city.
I just fell in love with the cuisine, and even more importantly, I fell in love with the cooks and the culture and the language. I was very fascinated by it.
In college, he majored in Japanese and spent some time in Japan. After more than a decade of cooking American food in the U.S., he returned to Asia. His wife encouraged him to set up a ramen shop.
And I said, well, that's nuts. Why would I do ramen? I don't know anything about ramen, and I'm this white guy from New York. Who would want to eat my ramen?
But he tried it and has been running 2 ramen shops in Tokyo for the past 7 years. He marries his love of Japan with his love of food in the form of ramen noodles. And he's got his own unique recipe.
I knew the flavors I liked, and so I sort of ran with that. I decided that I didn't love all the noodles I was trying, so I decided to make my own.
Orkin uses rye flour in some of his noodles. He grew up eating rye bread every Sabbath, and he makes a whitefish salad at the Slurp Shop too.
I definitely grew up in a very Jewish household, and so a lot of times my food very accidentally sort of marries these things because I'm really comfortable using whitefish. I'm really comfortable, using rye flour. I'm really comfortable, using these things because it's just who I am and what I do. And so we've ended up with some stuff that you go, hey, wait a second, isn't that weird? That totally worked out. It's very serendipitous. So it's been really fun, and people get it and they like it.
I liked it a lot. I was a huge fan of the soup, and I'm also a huge fan of ramen in general, so I like to eat at different ramen shops in New York City, and I think this is a really, really good decision to make too. The pork is really, really soft and very savory, so I like that a lot.
I really like the ramen too. I had the classic shoyu, and especially I like the soy sauce, the strong flavor of the soy sauce, because I like very strong flavored food, and I like the freshness of the ingredients too.
These Slurp Shop patrons both found it interesting that the ramen recipe was made by a Jewish New Yorker.
I think it's maybe especially difficult to if you're from another culture, to make ramen, but then it's very nice for the customers and very surprising how nice flavors come out of the pot.
It makes it I guess a little bit more exotic because you're not just getting super Japanese ramen, you're getting something else with it too, and I think that's something that people should try.
I'm very proud of the food we make. I think it's quite good. I eat it all the time. I've been doing it for almost 8 years, so I feel really good about it.
Orkin has returned home to the United States to try to define ramen in New York City. He plans to open up a second Slurp Shop in the city's Lower East Side very soon. This is Zach Bador for JN1 in New York.